The Thinking Man. Oh, hello. I didn't notice you there. I was too busy thinking. Some of you may know me as J.D.Fader, but I've also dubbed myself the Thinking Man. Well, why is that? Because I think. And I think a lot. Some people get driven nuts by my shenanigans and all the crazy, ridiculous things that I have to say, but, you know, such is life. C'est la vie. I thought, hey, 2012, I need to do more things. What could I possibly do? I already did the blog thing, but I once saw this vlog by somebody named, well, I don't want to name names. And I thought, well, hey, I can do something better than that. But let's give it a shot, shall we? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's only 2012. It could be, maybe, I don't know, the end of the world! I thought I'd give this thing a shot. And obviously my topic, the end of the world. So, let me just go over a few things that people have thought about that might happen. One of the most popular predictions is from our lovely friends the Mayans, who built this. Anyways, they predicted, or at least they thought, or whatever it was, that it's the end of their calendar, and that's the end of that. A lot of people have said, oh, that's not true, so what, the calendar ends, nothing's gonna happen. And other people say, no, it means the end of the world. Cause, well, if the calendar stops, then what else is there? I mean, time is relative. Others are saying, forget about it, it means nothing. I mean, what could happen? But their god, Quetzalcoatl? Is it Quetzalcoatl? Quetzalcoatl? Ah, shit. Well, doesn't matter. I'm not really sure. Well, this guy. He could come down and start shooting thunderbolts and lightning at us, and well, that could very well be the end of the world. I mean, the Mayans were pretty damn smart. Yeah, lightning rods, those would be useful. Also, just remember that they are from Central America, and they did die out almost 2,000 years ago. I think about the time when Christianity started coming popular. Even though no one from there was there, I guess it just means Jesus is that powerful. Well, wine will do that to you. But then again, the Mayans definitely had hallucinogens, and that could be why they did some of the crazy things that they did. All hail the mighty hallucinogen. And no, I have never done it. I'm just interested. It sounds interesting. I might do it one day. Who knows? Of course, we have another famous prediction from our lovely friend Nostradamus. Now, he's predicted some other things, such as the London Fire in 1666, where he predicted that the whole town would burn to the ground. And guess what? It did. They rebuilt it. I mean, look at this guy. He's kind of like our old friend guy person. I'm really not sure if that's his real beard or if he's just trying to hide a really double chin. It's hard to say in this photo. But he did kind of predict the whole World War II thing. A little bit. Hitler, that crazy guy. Though he said Hister, it's still kind of similar. He could be right, you know. Although his predictions were saying that the world is going to come to the end much like the dinosaurs. When a meteor comes crashing down. It's hard to say, because how did he even know about such things? They didn't know that the dinosaurs were killed by a meteor. In fact, I'm sure they didn't really know much about the dinosaurs. Well, because back then God was everything, so to speak. Anyways, one thing I will say about Nostradamus is that everybody knows about his writing, and one thing that is quite common is something called a self-fulfilling prophecy, which means if everybody knows about the prophecy, someone is bound to try and make it happen. One thing I will say, though, that's very interesting, I was just taking a look at some of the NASA numbers that they have on near misses and possible impacts on the planet, and somehow, thanks to technology I suppose, they have compiled a huge list of thousands of objects that have either come close to cause a concern or are or maybe going to hit Earth. Now, I didn't think much of this, and then I saw, hey, here's some numbers, 2012, 2013, 2014, expected impacts. Of course, them being white and blue in their color category, they're not really considered very dangerous. But hey, the whole idea of something coming crashing down onto our planet, no matter the size or danger, still a little intimidating, don't you think? It's happened before. It could happen again. We could be the next dinosaurs. Rawr. Another fun one is the concept of the magnetic pole shifting. Maybe it was the movie 2012 that they did, where that was the concept. I can't really remember. Most of those end of the world movies are pretty damn bad anyway. If you didn't notice, the magnetic north is actually not at the North Pole anymore, because it's already shifting. So I think the likelihood of that being a problem and it rapidly shifting is not really a big problem. What's that could happen maybe if the magnetic poles did shift? Well, okay, so what? The birds' migrations might be a little fucked up. They might start flying into stuff, but hey, the dumb ones don't do that anyways, so it's not so bad, though they are pretty to look at. Okay, so if the magnetic spheres actually switched north to south, positive to negative, rapidly, well, I guess they better come up with some 10,000 SPF sunscreen, because we would be bombarded by solar radiation, and we might fry like something in a microwave. I'm melting, melting, oh. And of course, there is my favorite. I would love for this one to happen, though there is no real scientific proof that this is going to happen. There is no anything to say this is going to happen. It's pure fantasy. What am I talking about? It's, of course, the zombie apocalypse. I want this to happen because there's something about the whole zombie vampire genre and fantasy and dark mysticism that I just love so much. Of course, it does depend what type of genre of zombies we're talking about, but I see myself doing quite well in a post-apocalyptic zombie world. Why? Well, I do have some military experience. Of course, it was pretty boring. Not like, oh say, having fun, killing zombies. The reality, of course, is what actually might cause the end of the world. Well, I think one of the biggest concerns in 2012, and a big concern for me, is the whole Iran-Israel-USA conflict. Let's just say that Iran being run by this guy, Ahmadinejad, what the hell, Ahmed, whatever, you're all the same. I can't say any of these damn foreign names, Quetzalcoatl, Ahmadinejad, something, okay, whatever. Still, he's a crazy nut, and he wants nukes. I know that Iran recently did a navy exercise, you could say, off the coast of their coast. Well, yeah. And they had their entire navy, they were shooting rockets. Remind you of anything? Oh, let's just say North Korea. And that turned out real well recently when Kim Jong-il died. Wondering what's going to happen with that thing. That's another story. I found this photo of the Iranian Navy. Arrgh! Looks more like pirates, right? I wonder what they can really do against Israeli or American nuclear submarines. Oh wait, does Israel have nuclear submarines? I don't know. It's secret, just like they don't have nukes. But they did, I'm pretty sure. So that whole thing might be pretty damn messy. We just blow each other to hell. Couple million people dead. Maybe. That's a more likely realistic thing than the zombie apocalypse. Although I do want you to happen, zombie apocalypse. It would be fun. Although, one thing I can say about that subject is, well, I wasn't actually in the Canadian military. I was in the IDF, for any of you that might have known. Or didn't know. Or now hate you. But whatever. And I can say that every single year that I was in the Army, about 4 times, they said, we're going to war, guys. We're going to war. And they talked, and they talked, and nothing happened. And I was bored. It's probably for the best. Anyways, another thing that could happen, of course, is complete and utter economic meltdown. I mean, it's already started, and the protesters, we are the 99%, well, I mean, they are, might be right. And I kind of agree with them. There's so much corruption, so much cheating, so much bullshit. Fuck the man. Well, not really, because maybe one day I'll be the man. We'll see. But they do have a point. Stop fucking around with our money. Stop fucking around with our lives. And get your shit together. Moral responsibility seems to be lacking in the upper echelons of society. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a Class C personality that seems to become a politician, and they're all sycophantic, moron, I don't know, douchebags, whatever. I think on that subject, what could possibly happen is complete and utter economic meltdown, and again, a zombie apocalypse without the zombies. Well, starving people running around trying to kill each other over food might just be the closest you can get to zombies. But if all the governments fail, and everyone has to fend for themselves, and well, again, I get to test my skills. That is definitely a much more likely situation that governments fail and we have to do a reset. Actually, I recently saw Sherlock Holmes 2 because I liked the first one so good. It's really good. And the point is that Moriarty, the bad guy, was trying to start World War I. In the end, of course, he failed. And then he said, well, it's going to happen whether you like it or not, because that's human nature, and we need war. Because, let's face it, it's been a long time since a massive, massive war that really threatened everybody, and people have forgotten what it's like to really cherish freedom. With all the mounting tensions and economic situations in Europe, and in the US, and just overall human craziness. Tensions are going to mount. Iran, or North Korea, or one of these crazy wild cards. Oh, well, my cat says hi too. There you go, guys. He's not going to stop for quite some time, but such as it is. Anyways, something's going to happen, and mounting tensions are going to build. And, well, shit's going to hit the fan. That's my most likely prediction for the end of the world 2012, if it happens. Maybe it'll happen in 2013, but I feel it's coming. The funny thing about that, I believe Nostradamus predicted that one as well, so it could happen. But anyways, thank you guys for listening, and, well, I need to get back to my thinking, so I will see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed my rant.